Encouraging news as survivors of the Reach Medical helicopter crash are improving. We have the very latest. The city of Chico is making changes to parking signs and kiosks to make it easier for people who park downtown. And the Senate votes for a 13th time on a bill to end the government shutdown as impacts continue to grow.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, Chico police are warning people to use caution around the Pheasant Run Shopping Center at Forest Avenue and East 20th Street right now. That's where Best Buy is located. Police are only saying that they're responding to a call for service in the parking lot there. We are working to learn more and we'll share new details when we learn them. A new development to report in the recovery of the Reach helicopter team members injured in that crash on Highway 50. Reach Air Medical Services says pilot Chad Millward was released from the hospital this week. Both he and paramedic Margaret D.D. Davis, who was discharged last week, have moved to inpatient rehab facilities. Reach says the outpouring of compassion and concern from the community has been a source of strength for all of those affected. And, quote, as we celebrate the ongoing progress of Chad and Dee Dee, we also honor the memory of Susie Smith and recognize her remarkable contributions. A celebration of life for Susie Smith will be held November 14th at the Reading Civic Auditorium at 6 p.m. Doors will open at 5. Firefighters responded to an early morning house fire in Tehama County today. It was reported just before 4 a.m. at Hillcrest Drive and Fawn Lane in Rancho Tehama. That's west of Corning. This is what it looked like from the Flournoy Alert California camera. This is before dawn today. We are working to learn the extent of the damage and whether anyone was hurt. The city of Chico says it is making improvements to parking signage and kiosks in the downtown Chico area so they're more streamlined and user-friendly. The green and white parking signs being replaced with new, easy-to-read yellow and blue signs. New pay here and pay to park signs will show time limits, enforcement hours, and a new web address, parkchico.com. That's where you can sign up for the Passport Parking app and learn the new parking rules. And the parking kiosk screens are also being updated. This is a live look from the Inskip Hill Alert California camera where we're seeing blue skies today. Meteorologist Sam Copland has a look at what you can expect for the day ahead.
Good afternoon, Linda. Bright blue skies as far as the eye could see all across the area, including Bald Eagle Mountain. We have that beautiful scenery in the distance. Now, radar and satellite supports that same type of image. It's a cloudless day across the North and Central Valley. Nearest weather maker is up over the Pacific Northwest, but it's essentially going to be taking a track due east, which, yes, may mean we get a few clouds from it, but no threat of showers expected not only today, but in the coming days. Otherwise, warm day today, 78 degrees or so in Redding. More so, 75, 76 here in Chico, and cooler over the typical cooler spots. Coming up in your full forecast, we're taking you through the rest of the week, including the Halloween forecast, in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sam. Butte County supervisors today will consider sending a letter to PG&E and the bankruptcy court regarding payments to campfire victims. The letter says fire victims only receive 70% of their determination notices, but the utility has reported record profits year after year. The letter also says that it is incumbent upon both PG&E and the bankruptcy court to ensure that all victims are paid in full. Shasta County supervisors could consider and will consider sending a letter to federal leaders to end the government shutdown. The board's meeting doesn't start until 5:30 this evening. They will talk about the impact of the shutdown on local residents. If it continues, SNAP food benefits will not go out after November 1st. The county says almost 15,000 Shasta County residents rely on those benefits. That's about 8.3% of the population. Shasta County's Health and Human Services Agency is working to connect people with food resources. They say women, infant, and children's WIC benefits will remain available during the shutdown. Governor Gavin Newsom and State Attorney General Rob Bonta announced today that California, along with more than 20 other states, is suing the Trump administration over what they call the unlawful refusal to fund SNAP benefits during the shutdown, despite having the funds to support them. The suit says the suspension of benefits is causing 5.5 million Californians to lose critical access to food assistance. It is day 28 of the federal government shutdown, and today, Senate Democrats failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill to end the government shutdown for the 13th time. The vote was 54 to 45.
Any federal employee who is working during the shutdown, including everybody here. And once again, Democrats said no. Mr. President, I don't know what Democrats are holding out for.
He's going to use your money to pad his own pockets instead of working with Democrats to take action to make sure that you and your family can go to the doctor without breaking the bank.
Now, SNAP benefits will begin to expire November 1st, that's Saturday, and major airports are reported to be experiencing delays because of staffing shortages. The U.S. military carried out another round of strikes on alleged drug boats in the Eastern Pacific. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted this video on X today showing 3 strikes on 4 boats suspected of trafficking narcotics. Hegseth confirmed 14 people were killed in the strikes. 1 person survived and was rescued by Mexican authorities. You are looking live right now at Jamaica on the screen behind me. That's where Hurricane Melissa made landfall today as a Category 5, the strongest storm ever known to hit the island. Winds up to 185 miles an hour. Jason Allen is in the capital of Kingston with how people there have been preparing for the worst.
Pretty gusty, pretty windy.
Jamaica's shoreline is being overwhelmed with winds gusting more than 60 miles per hour, dangerous flooding, and storm surge projected up to 13 feet as Hurricane Melissa thrashes the island. Inside the storm Monday, hurricane hunters from NOAA were forced to abort their data collecting mission because of severe turbulence. This video shows what crews were able to capture before the scrapped flight. On the ground, mandatory evacuations forced hundreds into shelters.
We're all buttoned down and locked up. The thing that concerns us the most is mostly just the wind and the rain.
Those dangerous conditions closed Jamaica's airports when Melissa was approaching, leaving many vacationers stranded until the historic storm passes through the Caribbean.
We're trying to be as prepared as we can.
Bridget and Wayne Todd are in Jamaica on their honeymoon. The North Carolina couple has experienced hurricanes in the U.S. before, but say those are no match for Melissa.
We've never had one to this level. My biggest concern is really just the damage it'll do afterwards and us being stranded out here for possible weeks.
Yeah, when this storm just skirted by Haiti and the Dominican Republic, at least 4 people were killed. This one's going to make direct impact on Jamaica. And we know in the days leading up to the storm, the government has said already they know of 3 deaths that are related to this. That was mostly from people who were out cutting trees or trying to remove tree limbs. And there were many people injured falling off of rooftops in preparation for this storm. They are telling people right now, even in Kingston, where the wind is down and the rain is down right now, stay inside until this storm passes by the island. Jason Allen, CBS News in Kingston, Jamaica.
Now, the storm is expected to move toward Cuba, with authorities there preparing for evacuations. Relief efforts are underway with supplies and emergency services ready to assist. Still ahead, Tehama Sheriff's deputies take to the water to help rescue a stranded dog. And a guest joins us next with details on the 3rd annual Show Me the Honey charity casino night. A fun time for a good cause.